Oh, well, you win some, you lose some. Greetings, everybody. Yes, I forgot the sound. How are you? Yeah, here we are. We are actually in town hall of Arnaaluk, and I'm gonna actually change my view right away. This morning, and I'm going to go out into the water. So, here we go. Let's change my view here for a moment. This morning, I actually spent some time swimming. That's how long I've been with humans, with land people. Humans are earth people. These are Minecraft land people. Villagers is what Minecraft would call them. Colonists is what, I think citizens is what Minecolonies calls them. And yeah, but they're land people. And I can call them that because I am a mer, as you can see. And I am just floating around the city just for a little bit. So this morning on Twitch, I actually started outside of the border in the north, and north is this way. And the reason I did was because I was looking at where the submarines come in, right here. This right here is the submarine bay, right here, and where they go out. And part of the reason I was looking at that was the cruise line. There's an engine so far, and pretty soon we'll be able to start building the other aspects of the cruise line, which is the passenger pieces of this submarine. And so I was trying to see where the submarine would go. I mean, it pulls out of here with this long, slinky body of it, and it would probably go around this way and then turn back fully north around these glaciers. And this would be what the drivers would be paid to do. And they could come over this way because this is a beautiful view to be able to pass by, I think that's the correct word, pass by the pyramid. That seems like that would be magnificent. That would be amazing. And so, yeah, so there's on the way to some other land destination where the people would get off and they would either be home or they'd go on some other journey, or if it was our people, they would come back. So here I am at one of the exits, and I'm going to change my view for a minute. There I am, and we're going up. And so that's what I did this morning. And when I was doing that, I think I got my eyesight back, yes. When I was doing that, I realized that a couple things. Number one, I realized that we needed to do something about the rail area so that it is not a conflict with the people who are riding the rail. They're not hitting their head on this piece in the center. So we raised up that centerpiece. That was one of the things we did. Another thing that happened was that I started thinking about remember yesterday, we have now all these brand new druids who, when the time comes, will not have a place to live unless we provide a place for the holidays or for when children arrive. Because it's not just the holidays. When children arrive, the druids are all on leave. And let's come here for a second. This is a problem. You might recognize it. Nobody's going anywhere. I see you. So let's see if we can sort it. If we can, if there's enough room, let me see if there's room. Yay, it's empty. Okay, so that means that there's enough room that they can continue to work for a little bit, right?
Yeah.
Right? You can, right? Let me come over here. Until, who's this? This is Emmy, and who's behind you, Emmy? Oh, she went away. Okay. The warehouse is full. So we have a second warehouse, and slowly but surely we're trying to move some things over to the second warehouse. And since I'm here, I could go ahead and move an entire section, although I don't want to move these. We don't have a carpenter over in that area yet, and so moving these isn't going to do any good. Let's come here. Let's put what I have. I don't want to add anything. What is that? Hold on a second. Hold on, let's look. How many bows do we have again? Let's move the bows over to the other warehouse. And there is a blacksmith there, and we can work on the bows. So that will definitely give us some room because they are single stacked. And let's see if I can find them. There they are. So most of them should be here, and they are. And look at this row. Look at this. So this is exactly what we need to take out of here. And look at it fill up just like that. Just like that. Let me take this. We're going to have to stack some of these, or at least put some here till I take them over to the other side, and we'll do something with them. And see that? I moved these, and practically almost immediately we had merchandise being put in. That's how close we are to being overflowing here. Let me see here. So see all of this right here. I'm going to take a stack over myself because I'm going over there, and I'm just going to go ahead and take a stack. What I could do, I have enough room. Yeah, I have another spot. So I'm going to go ahead and clear another section of this. And these 3 rows will help, I think, make it that there will be enough room for a little while for all the stuff that needs to go into this warehouse. And then we'll continue. Notice, see already, we have oak, and we could look for oak and see. There might not be any oak at the other warehouse, and we can use it. It's sunny in here. It's daytime. There's the sun, and this has the skylight, and that's why it's so bright in comparison to down here. And so we're going to go to the other warehouse right now. So this morning, when I was thinking about the druids and where they are supposed to be, there is an apartment building dedicated to them, the Spirit Apartments. But when I looked at the Spirit Apartments this morning, we actually have 2 of the apartments in the Spirit Apartment that are actually being used by farmers. And so we were kind of going, well, where can we put farmers? So let's try putting farmers somewhere, because it's going to be really difficult to put more housing in the spirit area for druids, we can put druids anywhere. We can't put farmers just anywhere. And so here we are. This is the other warehouse. And I'm just going to drop off all of the stone in this particular one right here, since it's empty and I can see it. We'll just go ahead and begin to take all of this stone and put it over here. And then we will ask for something. I don't think there's any oak here, so I think we could actually ask for oak. And there we go. And maybe get the oak delivered, and then we would be okay. That'll give us a little bit more space. I can only get delivered oak? I can only get delivered oak log. That's good. I think 11 at a time, and I just didn't count. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Let's say that's 11 for now. Let's have that come over. I can only do it once. The minute they start having oak, they're going to take it from here. So I didn't check. But they don't have any yet. Yay! So that means they're going to bring the oak over, and that's perfect. There are some other things. Did I have something else on me? Hold on a minute. Yes, I do. Let's look at these. Those are just regular fishing rods, and we might want to add them to fishing rods that have magical spells on them to fill in for fishing rods with magical spells. Let's look at our let's look at something for a minute. I'm in the wrong place. So this one's not good. This one is good. This one's good. Now we're just keeping bows for, I'll have to look at them again. We're just keeping bows. These are okay. These ones right here and that. And then I'll come back and look at this. The punch one can't go. The power is okay. I'm breaking power. Mending is okay. I'm breaking. The punch cannot. Infinity is okay. And unbreaking. These two are going to stay here. They're actually need to be returned. Oops. I have one extra. Okay, I'll have to come back for the axe and that. But for now, we can put the ones that are unbroken right there. Let's take all of these. I think this is only going to make 2 bows right here. So we'll see. I don't think there's any fishing rods here that have anything on them. Let's look. Yes, okay. Rods. There's a lot here. There's a lot of rods here. And there are 2, 3. There's a luck of the sea. Let's sort for a second. Sort. And then let's go find the rod, the luck of the sea rod. And let's get it. No, fish. F-I-S-H. No, yeah. Let's do rod. Okay. These are magical, so let's find them. And there they all are. So let's take all of these out. Oh, wait. 1, 2, 3 in perfect condition, and they do not have something bad on them. Let's take these, and I've got some so far. So let me come here. We'll put the fishing rods up first, and then we'll come back and do something about them. Let's come back. Luck is all right, and those are fine. Okay, so let's go over to Franklin. We're cutting through Avery's shop. It's nighttime and nobody's here, but we're going to use Franklin's piece here. And let me see what I've got. This is Luck of the Sea Unbreaking Mending. So Luck of the Sea Unbreaking, we can put these together. Luck of the Sea, we can put this together. And Luck of the Sea Unbreaking, we'll put this one together. And Mending, yay! So that's not quite finished, but that'll be okay. Infinity. We could have the infinity one, or we could have the mending. Let's do the mending one first. Unbreaking. And put that there, and let's mend. Let's put power on that one. And unbreaking again. And I think we only need a little tiny bit. Yes. Now we can take this one. I don't think we're going to have enough to bring this up, but that's pretty close. I think this is going to do it. So unbreaking, power, infinity, and unbreaking. So, and that's what happens. So we end up only with 2 of those. I'm fine with that. We have more than enough of these bows and fishing rods that we don't have to use new materials. We can break down the old ones and use them, and that is what we're doing. Let's look at the stash. No, let's look here. And I don't think anything's arrived yet, and that's fine. All right, so that should keep the warehouse. Wait, didn't I have something? Oh yeah, I have more. I forgot about the stuff that I had here. I'm gonna have to go back and fix these guys for a minute and put some of these others away. And did I get them all? And this one I'll have to take back to the other, unless I put a chest on this side, but I don't want to. The other blacksmith, Amanda, she actually has a chest for me with pieces like this, and I want those. This can go in the warehouse. This can go in the warehouse. And I think everything else is okay. I have too many of these, but why? I'm going to leave them since I have an equal number. It might mean on purpose. So we'll leave them, and everything else is supposed to be here. Okay, let's come here. Let's put these 2 away, these 3 away, and we'll go back to here and see what we can join together. So we're just doing this while everybody is asleep. I'm using Franklin's blacksmith, and we're here. Unbreaking, mending, lure, unbreaking. We don't have anything good. Okay, so we have a mending. So we'll put this one in and the unbreaking to start. And then we'll keep doing this until we have a full rod. I think it would be good to use this one. And we'll use this. So that rod is finished, complete. This rod here, I think this will be finished. Yes, good. I thought it might be. And these 2 are too much. I don't want to waste the materials that are there. So I think we're just going to leave those until we need something else. Here we have unbreaking, and we have a punch. These are punch. So these are actually going to go back to my people. the nation of Tana removes the enchantments on those bows and re-enchants them for archery challenges, for archery hobby, not for war. And so that's what we want. Hello. And so let's come back in here and we'll drop off the things that we can drop off. So we will drop off these and these for the time being. There's two. I need some smaller amounts to repair those pieces. And if we want now, we can sort. And what time of day is it? It is sunrise. So everyone's going to go. So let's get back to the thing that we didn't have enough apartments for farmers. So farmers are sleeping in druid apartments. The spirit apartment building, the spirit apartments are actually for druids. And we're going to have a second apartment for druids someplace. I don't know where just yet, but those are the things that we're looking at right now. So this morning, we were trying to find a space on the outside. And we spent a lot of time looking on the outside for a place to put a new apartment building. This leads to the 3 dairies. It'll eventually be 4 dairy farmers, 2 farms that are combined. So 2 dairy farmers to 2 pastures. And I like that like that. And it's so that the pastures are big enough. This is a double pasture here for this dairy farmer right here, and this dairy farmer, this is our ecology, that is Miguel going to that one, and Dex is coming, and there's Rayange who's going to the other farm. He doesn't have any help yet. He's only a level 3 here, and so then we knew that this farm, let me show you, had the capacity because of this right here to have another building attached. And so we were trying to figure out what we could do, where we could put new housing. And we thought at first that we were going to attach the housing to this new reception area. And this new reception area is on the other side of this dairy farm and underneath the farm itself where the cows are. We were afraid we were going to have a problem with that. Let's go up to the cow area for a minute and we'll go outside. Let's come through. And we're using the cow drop right now that Mubian planned. I'm actually swimming up that drop. And then when you get to the top, of course, you're outside. When this is a level 5, we won't need it to come up this high. We're not down that far. And so we will move this entire contraption down to the roof level. I beg your pardon, and hold on for a second. So underneath this building, there was an empty spot right here, and you can see the difference. This is the farm, the dairy farm right here, and we added this druid station. We added a reception station right here because I think that farm is meant to have like either sheep or pigs or chickens underneath, because there's enough room for it, and it would have connected directly, and I liked that. So I decided to put the the reception for a new apartment building here. And then I realized the apartment building was going to be too far away for everyone, except the dairy farmers. But the dairy farmers would be out here on their own. So what I wanted to do, now this is going to be interesting. I just realized that Harry came out. Harry's really a good, he's actually good. But if Corinne ran this shop, if Corinne actually ran this, I think that Hallie is close enough that she could actually live here. And we would have to give them one of the big apartments because they have some kids. But we would be able to move Hallie. I believe Hallie could actually get to her office from here. Let's go into the apartment building for a minute and see. So we put a new apartment building here. Let's go back to, we only have the A apartment so far. See the floor? That is Elena. Elena, it stopped working on the dairy farm because it's a level 3 to put in at least a level 3 here. And Harry is living here already. He is running the new restaurant. So let me just look for a minute and see where Hallie. So it's too far away. It's too far away. 79 is too far. 76 is too far. Azrael is just barely on the border. Brentley, Dexter, Rayange, and Miguel. So I'm going to have to pick someone else to be here. And what I might do is pick Monroe to be here. Monroe is working the town. I see that. I am not, YouTube is not receiving. I don't think I'm streaming. Hold on a minute. What does that mean? Hold on for a second. Let me look here and see if it says that I am. Hold on for a sec. We're looking for YouTube right quick. And let's see if we can see whether I'm streaming or not. It's showing that. It should be showing view channel to see. Okay, I am live, and that's good. I just wanted to make sure because YouTube was saying I wasn't for a moment, but I am, and thank you for keeping up with me for just a moment. We're actually going to have Harry trade places with Monroe. We're going to bring Monroe out here. I would try and find her, but she's going to be so hard to place because of where she is. Now, it's interesting with Harry because Harry was coming out here to get away from the fitness area, but he actually likes archery. And even though he's not going to be directly associated with Zio and Harry are still friends, despite the fact that she chose someone else to have a child with. And so, because Harry didn't want any, that's usually what happens. And so, but he still enjoys the company of them, and so we're actually going to give him this right here. This is Monroe's, so we're going to have Monroe not be here, and let's come back, and let's manage, and let's see where Harry is. Ah, we forgot to do Harry. So Monroe is ready to go over to the new place. I passed right by and should have gotten Harry first, and I didn't. So let's get, since I made that mistake, we're just going to go ahead and get Monroe right now to move to the new restaurant, and then we'll move Harry to her restaurant. We'll have to find out where Monroe is staying. I think she was roommating with someone, so we'll have to make sure that we can find a place for Harry to be. So right now we're going to come here and we're going to get Monroe to take over the new restaurant. We have a diner, and the diner is right here. Now there's no furniture yet, and look who's that waiting. Someone's talking to Harry. Let's have Harry not be here. We're going to bring Monroe over, and this is Azrael,
a problem?
the composter. So what time of day is it? It's close to night, but we're going to get Harry out of this apartment. He probably went here to pack up his stuff, so we'll get him to pack up. Sure enough, he did, and we're going to assign Monroe here. And Monroe is going to have the restaurant here. This is going to be exciting for her, having a different place than she had, and she's actually looking forward to it. And there is Monroe now, and there she goes. So she'll look at her new restaurant tomorrow morning. In the meantime, let's get Harry established at the other restaurant. Let's go through here. This is the Spirit Apartments, and see, we still have people living here, and we're not really supposed to. This is the Druid Apartments, so that's what we're trying to correct right now. Does it correct it? Kinda. And that's the thing. Look, Ma, no hands. Oh, good. It responded. Okay. Let's come this way. And Monroe's, what used to be Monroe's place, is now going to be Harry's place. Right here. So let's come here and let's hire him. Where was she living? It's more than likely that she was living, no, not there. Here? No. Across the way. This is too far away. Ooh. So she must have been living next door in the apartment building across from the hospital, right behind the hospital. Let's see if there's an empty there. I have a feeling that Monroe was living with someone, but I don't know who now. So let's look here. This is Ezekiel and Philippa living here. They're a couple right here. This is Laura and Mira. Mira is a druid, but they have a dozen children. And so, yeah, this is Kishore and Fernanda. And let's look here. And this is Emmy by herself. Let me look at something for a second. Let me look at Emmy's, something about Emmy. Yay! Whoa! Look at that. River finished the kelp bed, which means that River had finished the level 4 of the hotel extension. the cruise line. If she was working on the kelp bed, she had already finished. Wow. Ryan and Case are working. Let me do this though. I'm going to get the list of people. I got interrupted by that. Emmy, let's see if we can find Emmy, what group she was a part of. She might be up pretty far on the list. Harry definitely is up far on the list, but I'm hoping, Emmy has relatives. Okay, so let's look and see. There's Everly. Oh, Emmy is a rescue. Emmy is one of the first. Let me see. When we started rescuing, but she's not listed. There she is. Okay. Okay. That's a little older. I don't necessarily want to make an absolute, let me see if I can find Harry. There he is. The third group. Jesse and one of Jesse's kids. Jesse and Nina, which at least means that Emmy is not the same age as Harry's mother. And that is what we were looking for. I'm going to actually put Harry here, but let me see if this is good. And it is good for him. Let's see how Emmy feels about sharing a place with him. There's plenty of, so Emmy's already sleeping in this room. So that leaves plenty of space for Harry to choose if we wanted to. And I kind of like the idea of that right now. I'm going to return the big bed. Let's move that, put that there. I'm also going to put this bed in for right now. I don't usually, but I just wanted to see what bed he would choose. He's choosing the big bed. Let's see what happens as time goes on if, in fact, they choose to sleep together. And we'll leave it at that. For right now, they're just sharing an apartment, and Harry is glad to be doing that, having an apartment close enough to where he works, which is right here. So that is an excellent place for him. And I think that's the only corridor that's actually going to work for him. And this is the problem that we've been having. So yeah, I did think about housing, but it's just fascinating how much housing is actually needed at any given time. So you can see the mahogany right there and the spirit right here. If necessary, if they don't get along, we could actually have, that's too far away. And see, that apartment is already being set up for someone else. See, all the people are living here. Let me see what it says about how far away Harry is. Harry's name isn't even coming up. Look at this. Look how far away. 71 for the closest. So he absolutely has to be there. And this is the thing that we're talking about. So we got Emmy is a courier, and Harry's one in the restaurant, and they are in this building here. The spirit is here. This building doesn't have any empties, does it? It might have an empty. It does have a putty tat. Let's look and see how far away he is. And Harry is far, his name hasn't come up yet. 84 blocks, too far away. Let's look for Emmy. Let's see how far away Emmy is. Emmy's 78. So that's the thing that keeps happening. All right. Now there is one other apartment building that we could use for Emmy, besides this one right here, which is the mahogany. Emmy could be in the Oaks, except the Oaks is full. And on this side over here, let's see if Emmy can be in one of the apartments over here. I don't think that he can, but if she doesn't want to live with him, there's the mahogany. There's one more apartment building here, the Zelkova. No, this is the Zelkova, not the Sakura. And who lives here? This is one living here. And how close is Emmy? Emmy's not close. Her name's not coming up. Look at that, 74 blocks away. So
time to go to sleep.
That's how it's working out. Okay. All right. Did I see something dripping? Are you actually dripping? How can you be dripping? That's dripping. Hold on for a second. There we go. Is the other one on the other side full? It is. Okay. And there we are. So there go people going to get breakfast. It's morning and everybody's hungry. Everybody's hungry. So some of those people are going to be going to Monroe. Let's just make sure that everything is still in place with Monroe's restaurant across the way here. How did I do that? Did I just walk right past it? Of course I did. And sure enough, we've got people waiting. And let me see. And Harry is here. Now Harry's probably getting situated. I could call him, but I don't need to. Harry's sitting with Juan, and they haven't seen each other in a while.
What is it?
And Harry is objecting totally.
Fine morning, isn't it?
I am going to, let me see if I need to do this. This is probably, yep, sure enough. Okay, 1, 2, 3, that one's fine. 1, 2, there's only 3 of those. There's only 3 of those. And yeah, that's it. The only thing I can actually remove to get him to work is the firewood. So this is a 64. Let's look at this one. This is 64, so he's not cooking anything. We'll put the extra 64 we'll take back to the warehouse. I don't think that, if it was 32, then that's okay, but I won't take the 64. Let me look at fish and kimchi and rice and these, and let's make sure that they're completely full. The rice is full. This is full. The kimchi is full. Wow. And this we could put 2 more there. That was good. And then we can put these away until they're not full. Okay. So there goes Harry. And Lionel's going, I'm not really interested in anything right now. Harry's going, okay. There's Samira, not Sarai, that's Samira. And we can see all of them all around the place. And I am going to take these, 64 of this, and I'm going to put them in here. Right here. Here we go, so they can be picked up. All right. Return to one of the warehouses. And I just realized it's going to be returned to the full warehouse, but that's okay. So let's go back to that area where we now have a whole bunch of new buildings, but one of them is the diner. And I'm going to take a sip for a second. I'm just drinking water. And that yellow in the background is actually Hallie's. This is the Sakura, or the Sakura apartment building. And Hallie is here. So Hallie was having trouble.
I'll take care of it.
Before, and let me see if she's having trouble now. Nope, she's still waiting on white concrete, and we'll see what's going on with that.
Okay.
I think what I'm going to do is cancel and get her to ask for those things again. I'm going to do that with Elena too.
What is it?
We're going to just cancel, although that says it's being delivered. And that is being worked on. There's a delivery there, and a delivery, and a delivery. And a delivery. Okay, so her stuff is actually being worked on. So she's doing just fine. And Hallie
Need something?
is asking now again, but look what's happening this time. Look, she's actually going to get a delivery this time, and this is perfect. Okay. All right. So that's what I'm going to do with them when they're not getting. I'm actually going to cancel their specific orders and get them to reorder and see if it comes out better. In the meantime, Elena is working on the apartment building, as we saw. And so she is waiting for materials to come in so that she can finish that building. When it's a level 3, the apartment building, all of the apartments are level 3s, then we will begin to have her go back to working on this. Now, nobody worked on this. This is a modification of an urban birch restaurant level 2. And we modified it specifically because we love the shape of that diner restaurant. And we were going to put in tables and chairs this morning. I want to put table here and a table here, but then I want diner tables here, which is why we widened this restaurant in order to do that. We also pushed back the wall in the kitchen area in order to put in a sink and a fridge. And so the fridge is going to be Paladin's white fridge for now. We'll get back to cooking for blockheads at some point, but right now, not for refrigerators. And then right over here, let's do sinks. And we could do white. Black sink is going to look brown. We could do this sink like this. Let me see if we want to do that. But I think not. I think we're going to do a white sink and then do white cabinets up above. So let's go back to sinks for now. There we go. And let's put this away. Come down here. Now, Mr. Crayfish has a white sink that would work. I would prefer one of the ones with more of a counter. That's mangrove. We're probably going to end up with a white sink with some kind of top. This is smooth stone, this is deep slate, granite, and andesite. This one is white concrete, and then we have the trees. Hi. I don't know. That's what I feel like right now. I don't know. Let me look. All right, sinks again. White. That's a stripped white mangrove. It does give us a different white. Zaf. Yes, Zaf. Hello. And let's see what it looks like. So it would look like that. In there. And this one would look like this. So we're going to take that one. And then up here, we're going to put a cabinetry right here. And just above this one. So let's do cabinet. Cabinet. Let's come down here to the whites. Now there is stripped white, but the fronts are actually plank, which I don't want. So let's see if we can find a white front. I want a flat. Let's see if Macaws only has, now Macaws has to have over the biomes we've gone, but I don't see any of his. So I'm going to have to look for, the biomes we've gone Macaws, because look at that. There actually isn't any. And these are, I guess, do this. I think I'm going to have to. I think that's the only one that I'm going to be able to do that has the white front. And it would look like that. And we'll do that. What do we want to put on top here? Hi, Zaf. What do we want to put on top? I need something that looks like it would be in a kitchen. Let's look at cooking for blockheads for a second. We can look at Beautify first and see if there's anything. Beautify has, do they have anything? Nope, they're not going to have anything this time. Let's go to cooking for blockheads, which I think is here. And We could do the milk jar. I think someone else has a jar. We could do a jar up on top, and I like the idea of that. I don't think we have any place for the cutting board, but we'll look and see. It would almost be better to have this, the fruit basket. I think we can have some food sitting out. Let's look at jars. I think the jar is the only thing. There we go. So we have jars. The acacia would be fun because it's orange. These I can put stuff in, and we will put concrete powder because it looks like sugar or something. So now I have to get enough because you have to actually put it in. So let's put that there. No. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think that's good. Let me see. Yeah, that looks good. Oh, yeah, we could put it here, cutting board here, but I think every time something goes here, see those right there? It's not going to look good. We can't put it there. I don't want it there. This is where we can put food that's going to be served, and I don't want that there either. So this is it. This is the restaurant kitchen for right now. Now, this is the level 2 urban birch restaurant that we're using the shell of. And the windows were changed with chipped. The mod chipped, we're using their windows. And I think because of the way this is, I think we might put stools and stuff. This is supposed to be a diner, so we'll put a counter with stools on this side for people to sit, and diner seats here. And let's look at some diner seats that we can use for a second. Let's go to chairs for a minute. The reason I'm hesitating is because I think we'll actually have to use stair to get the look that I want. Yeah. Otherwise, they won't have backs. There are benches that can be combined, but then they won't have backs. And these benches all have arms, and so they're not going to look they're not going to look like a diner seat. So the only thing that actually is going to do that is a stair. So the table is now the most important thing until we get the stools. And tables, they're usually metal or shiny. Diners, we could do, so I would like to do stone of some sort. That would look interesting. Ooh, the basalt might actually be curious. Or I don't think I can justify netherite. That's pretty classy and expensive. Is that polished? That is not. Does anyone have polished? No, those are all naturals. Let's take the deep slate of this for a second. So these are our choices. Anyone have an opinion? You are welcome to give it. So we're going to have a table. The table's going to be here. So one table's going to be here, coming out like that. And then 1, 2, another table here. Let's look at this table. That would look like that. And then in these corners, we're going to have this table sitting there. or we're going to have a table sitting here. So they're being served, just, it's a two-seater right there. So which ones do you like the best? Which one of these tables do you like the best? Now, if this was a double, it would look like that. And if this one here, this is the actual netherite, and it would look like that. That's not gonna work. So that one's gone. This one isn't gonna work either. It has a split in the middle. So these are the only two that don't look like they're two separate tables put together. And of these, this one's lighter. What is this? This is the basalt. And so we're going to use the basalt in here. This one's purpley. I don't think I want to use it for that. So we can put a table here, a table here, and then there's a chair here, a chair here, a table, a chair here, a chair here, and a table. And chair here, chair here. There, a table coming out this far, no one could get in. So we'll just leave those there. And then here, this is going to be interesting. Do we just want to do a counter? And if we're just doing a counter in the basalt, what is this kind of basalt? Let's look at basalt and see what our choices are. SA. There we go. And this is what we're looking at. This right here. We can look at the stool and see if it looks like, boink, if it looks like it's too, that's adorn having a step. Is there a step? Let me see what the step looks like, where it is. Okay. And up here, it's too high. So we can't do anything with that. So let's go to domum, basalt. Domum. We need, where do we find this beautiful basalt that we're looking at? Polished. Ah, do you see what I see? We might not be able to get it on the right side. Let's try this too and see if we can get it. The next thing we need, ooh, look at the flooring. The next thing we need is wool. And this is domum ornamentum that we're using. So we have to be able to use the, why don't we just go ahead and do orange? But a real diner, they would be black, wouldn't they? Or dark gray. Let's see what it looks like. Let's see what both of these look like. Let's get a cutter. It is still daytime. She's still there. Let's put this in. Let's do this, the chairs first. We're either going to try this or we're going to try this. And that takes care of those. Let's go to panels. Let's go to panels and let's do this one first. And let's see if we can get the right part of it with this. Let's look at this one and see what we're getting with this. One of them should give us the the flat side, but it doesn't look like it, does it? If it doesn't, then that means that maybe that counter is going to be something else. Let's use this. Let's try this one for the sides of the table, and try one other. Let's put this up here. Let's try this for the sides of the table. Okay, and let's make that go away. So between here and here, we're going to put the stools, although, I mean, to the window. Maybe we should put them here so they're at the window. Let's see what it looks like.
Do you know how hard it is to take water out of a mattress?
That's an interesting statement. Haven't heard that before. So that would be what it would look like on one side and on, there we go. Or we could use this. Wait, where is it? Or we could use this and have them look like that, which kind of matches the tables. Look at this. So now, in order for you to place anything on the table has to be here. Aha. So these have to be in the other area. This is wrong. Where's our panel? Did we not make a panel? I thought we did. There they are. Okay, let's make this one be here. Let's bring this here. Let's put this back. And let's bring these two down and see what they are. Let's put this on the outside. So see, that's actually, that's on the outside there. Yay. Okay. There's one. And so yeah, so no, we're not going to be able to do this. It's giving us that. What if we can do this? Let's see how far over we can take this and have it look like it's a long piece that comes all the way over like that. It's not too bad. What if we did that? Or did that? Let's do that. Did you just see that? All right, so these are supposed to be where stools are. Let me see what these look like. They look like children's stools, so yeah, nah. Okay, so let's put 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4 here. And right here, let's try the black. Let's put 1 here and here. Let's put 2. And this is what's going to make them look like a diner, because these are going to be back to back. And that gives us this look. Whoops. Boinky. And like that. Can anyone get to... Yeah, they can get to those seats. So that's the diner area. And this is some extra tables here. Do they want to have some chairs somewhere? I don't think so. I think this is going to be it. We can put an extra stool like right here in case someone's waiting for takeout. An extra stool here in case there needs to be an extra stool at the table. We'll put an extra stool there. There. And I think that'll work. All right, so I'm good with this. I don't have a floor yet. This is the underwater base, which Zaf is not keen on. And we will actually, let me see what I can do with the floor. So that is white concrete. Let's make all this go away. All of this is in the room, and so we don't need any of this right now. Let's look at concrete with chipped. C-O-N-C-R-E-T. Ah, that didn't work. Hold on. What are we looking at? Courier is coming shortly. River's not doing anything. Why don't we do that before we start the floor? Monroe is, it's 5 o'clock in the afternoon. Most of the people are going to go home. Rayon, are you serious?
Great to see you.
Still, there's nothing you want in this restaurant. What's missing? There is fish and chips in this restaurant, so there is some fish. We don't have a lot of fish here. We're in dairy country. Yeah, nah. I don't really want to have a fish dinner. There are vegetarian hand pie. One of these is vegetarian. The stew trencher is vegetarian. The eggplant is vegetarian. And then we... Monroe is humming. Oh my gosh. We could serve stuffed peppers. This is a diner. I don't want to serve too much. I don't want to. You've got fish and chips and veggies and breakfast foods. We don't have... What do we have here? That was really funny. We could serve... I don't want to serve any of that. Yeah, nah. All right, we'll just leave it for now. We do have bread. We do have kebabs. We're actually serving kebabs. And we're serving spicy grilled. Notice that there's pasta, but there isn't anything in here. And there's pierogies. Doesn't pierogies seem like... Let me see what pierogies are. I always forget what some of these are. This is just cheese and vegetables and potatoes. That's not bad. We could serve pierogies. Just to have one extra thing in the blue area. That seems like diner food, doesn't it? I actually have had pierogies in a diner in New York. So yeah, we'll do that. So we've got soup, we've got rice to serve with what? Oh, rice to serve with the spicy grilled and with the kebab or corn chowder. We have ravioli. We also have veggie soup to serve. We have bread to serve with the soup or the corn chowder or the other foods. And I think that's it. I think that's all we're going to do for right now. Let me go and see what's happening with Jelly Bean. Jelly Bean, you just arrived just in time, because what I was saying was I'm going to come back to this, but this is what the seats look like right now. And this is our diner right at this particular moment. This is what the diner looks like. And yeah, I'm really happy with that. I'm noticing that this one works really well, but this one is exactly the same one. But when it goes across this way, I'm getting a line in the table. And you like it? Hey, Mikey, yay. Okay, I'm going to do something with the floor, but River has finished two things that are super important, and we're going to go and look at them. It is nighttime, so we're going to go to the other side of the city, and we're going to look at what's going on there. So we're going to come through the Spirit apartment building, and this is what we're trying to clear out. So Matthew, Lane, Azrael, I need to find other places for them to live. And also, this is Samira. Samira's here by herself. So they're in the Druid housing, and we're going to make some more housing for the couriers. Some of those are couriers as well. I think Samira is a courier. Do I want to go that way? Let's go through the Mahogany apartment building. And we're headed. Have I hydrated? What time is it? There's not much in here. Hold on. Let me do this for a second while everyone's running all around. It's midnight, and so the explorers are running all around, and also the peace druids are checking up on the reception druids. And hold on. Thank you, Jellybean. Thank you for the reminder. And did I not put any books in this one? Oh, yes, I did. Good. Okay. So let's go this way. We're headed to where, actually, no. Let's go here. So we had two arboretums that are now no longer arboretums. All the trees are in the mega arboretum at the end of this hall. The first arboretum is a cocoa farm, which is being renovated. I guess renovated would be the correct word. It started out as, this is actually original design, original style, Minecolonies original style, that this cocoa farm is. But we want to use Lady Shatana's cocoa farm. This is only 1/4 of it, one corner of it. We're going to put in 2 corners of Lady Shatana's, and then we're going to put in 2 corners of something over here. Maybe only 1 corner of vines and a 3rd corner of chocolate, because it's chocolate, people. So that's one of the arboretums where we used to have trees. The other one is here, and this is what River just informed us, dun, 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 that she is done working on. So we're not going to have this part here. We can't, because they'll jump over it into the water, and I don't want them to do that. So they have to walk around. This is super scary, but look what we've got. We've got seagrass growing on the bottom. I'm going to take this away for a minute, and we're going to come up and let's see how we can do this. That is panel. That is not trap. I don't think they can get trapped. It worries me a little bit. See that part right there? That worries me, but maybe it will be okay. This farm is going to grow kelp. It is a kelp farm, and we are going to have Kiara, who's doing the cocoa, also do the kelp farm. Now, if she can't see the kelp farm from here, we will actually have to have another plantation farmer. So let's see if she can. Wow, and she cannot. Look at this. She can't see it. She can see the cactus and sugar farms. These are the fields. So, ooh, now that'll be interesting. Does that mean that no one can do that field except the player? There are some fields like that, like a berry field. The player has to do berry field. They don't cut berries. I know for sure that cliff style, that we grew kelp in the cliff style. I'm afraid to put down another plantation for fear that it won't do kelp. And that concerns me. Let me look for a second here. See, there's room, we can put a plantation right here. But let me think about this and think about what we could do with this. Grr. So this is a field, and let me look at the repair. Yeah, but it doesn't show me what building it is. That's disappointing, actually. Whoa, look at this is missing. So that means that this building actually took away a portion of this right here that was on these stairs. This went away. So let's put this back for one thing. So let's put that, why don't we put it across the whole thing right there. Nope. This here, and this one up. It looks about right. This one here. Let's put one there. That's the one there. We can put one there. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. And 1, 2. Okay. Put that there. Let's see what it looks like. It looks like that. All right. Well, that's curious. I'm going to have to check for a second. Luckily, there's an airlock right here. Let's come here for a second. And I'm going out. If you're concerned, by the way, if you haven't watched before and you're concerned about the people being unhappy because of the food, it's okay unless they're starving. and it's just them being dissatisfied, and it's all right. What I mean by that is, of course, they're disgruntled people, but if I tell them that I'm going to do something about it, and we are trying to do something about it as much as possible within the realm of what we are doing. This tower is not fixed yet. I'll have to remember that. And then let me think about this. Let's look at something for a second. Let's come to here. Let's get this. And let's come up here. It's going to be a little hard because it's raining, and rain puts stress on the system, and that makes me not want to do it there. Snow probably does too, but not as much as rain, maybe. Let's come here. Underwater base. Let's go to Aquatica first. A-T-I-C-A. Aquatica, select, and let's look at agricultural fields. And we have greenhouses, and we have another field. I don't know what that is. Kabasu? That's interesting, isn't it? Oh, that's curious. Yeah. And then let's look at fields again. Aquatic field. And is this to grow stuff? But it doesn't grow kelp. See, it's not deep enough to grow kelp. There. What about down here? Now this is deep enough to grow. Wait, what? Hold on a sec. Let me raise this up off of here so I can see what I'm looking at. So this is an aquatic field here. This is meant to be a kelp field right here. All right. Let's look at original, ORIG, and the one that we're using, fields, is the kelp field. This is the kelp field that we are using. Now, I thought fields went with farmers, went with plantation farmers. That's acting like it's connected to agricultural. Let's see what the other farm fields say. Bamboo. Oh, they do. Okay, so it is a plantation. It is a plantation field. So that's the one that we're having. I don't understand why the cavern style is not seeing that kelp field. Let's go to cavern for a minute. CAVERN. And let's go to horticulture. Let's go to alternative plantation. And there isn't any other choice that you have for the plantation. Now they are seeing the field, it's too far away, because they actually are seeing the field in the flower market. They're seeing the field upstairs and actually working it. So that might indicate X that I would need to put an actual field plant sugar farm or a planter in that space in order to get it to work. That's what it's looking like. There it is right there. And the entry is right over here. Here we go. Isn't that weird that this one can't see that? It seems like it would be close enough. This one's actually cut off. Specifically, probably. But that's fascinating. So it can see the ones 143 distance. It can't do a water field. I have a feeling that they can't do a water field. Because you see that everything is there except the water field. Grr, and I don't know what to do about that. I'm going to have to ask about that. Because, and then if it turns out that that's the case, I'll have to wait until they fix it, which is fine. But that is interesting. Yeah, that's actually, that might be that they can't do a water field. They can see the fields 143 blocks away. So it's not the distance, it's the type of field that they can't do. So we're going to forget that for right now. River, thank you for your service. Good gracious. So River put that in really quickly because we wanted to be able to begin to not rely on import for our kelp. We cannot grow kelp here because we're in the frozen ocean. And that's why we don't grow kelp unless it's in an inside place. Here's one of the yellow submarines. This is one of the smaller scrubs. We have 3 types of scrubs. The yellow scrubs, we're going to have 2 of these. We have about 4, I think we're probably going to have 6 blue scrubs, blue and white scrubs. And then we're going to, yeah, we can. We can. It's just that the planter can't see it. They can't see it. No, I agree with you. We absolutely can grow kelp. Find it, but then they can't farm it. I'm trying to find a way for them to farm the kelp. And if it's a thing where, okay, let me come here for a second. Let me go back out for a minute. There's an airlock here. So I can show Jelly Bean what I'm talking about. So, yeah, I can grow kelp. I want them to grow it. And we're already growing kelp in one of the fishery beds because we had to. And so let's go over to that fishery for a moment. In order to get this fishery to work, we had to plant kelp underneath it. And when we did, let me find it, there it is. And when we did, we put in lamps, we put in magma lanterns, I should say magma blocks here, to heat the water in this area so that we could grow kelp. So we are growing kelp in this frozen water. It's still freezing up above, but in this area it's warm enough for the kelp, and that helped with the fishery. So now what I'm trying to do is, there is, and hold on, I'm in one of the areas where the ice is intact. Here we go. So let me come up and show her Jelly Bean this aspect. So let's come here. Let's go to cliff style. So the cliff style is one of the later styles, and under fields, one of the fields that it has is a sea field, and this sea field right here. In Prosino, you'll remember, in Prosino and in Rosa Oru, we were actually able to grow this. And this is a kelp field also. This isn't the problem. The problem isn't the field. The problem is the plantation. The plantation is not recognizing the field. And I don't know why. So I'm going to check again, and we'll go back in. So this is the field. This is the cliff style kelp field, and the field that we put in, because the cliff style is up high and we're inside an arboretum, which means you'd go down and then you'd have to go up again. So I was just having them go down, and then it would be in the ground there. So you understand what I'm saying. Okay, yeah, it is. It's exceedingly weird. So, okay, so she understands, and yeah, that's the only thing I can think is that it wasn't included in Lady Shatana's alternative sugar farm plantation. What's this? Now sometimes some of these, what is this? Oh, it's the athletic center. Sometimes some of these have grass on them because the roof is pretty warm, but it's not going to last long. It's too cold. And so even though they sprout up, it doesn't look right. You can tell from the entire area. However, the lichen, I actually found lichen on rocks in this area. So the lichen can stand the cold, but, and it can stand in the lower levels away from the frozen top. See this top here. But because these buildings have heat on the inside, I think that's why the lichen is okay with it. So we're going to take these off and just leave the lichen in those areas there. All right. Well, shoot. But what we can do, where am I? There I am. We're far away. Let's not use this one. This one's super far away. Let's come over here to where we were, because we can still go and look at the other piece that River worked on, because we need her to work on the level 5. So we're going to come down here. There's one of the blue scrubs right there. And we're going to, these are drones right here. And we're going to just come here and come up here. I'm going to wait for my eyes to adjust. Whoosh. Okay. So this is the hotel. And River has been working on this complex. Lionel started the complex, and then he wanted to continue to excavate the pyramid that we're using as a graveyard. So he handed over the project to River, and she's been working on it. This is the player house for Aquatica, and the player house is right now, I believe, at level 4. Let me just check for a moment. it's at level 5. Yay! It's done. Excellent. Okay, so the player house is the sea truck, and it is done. Yay, team! So this is going to be our a section of the hotel where people can have get a cruise, a submarine cruise. They're going to be eligible to get a submarine cruise, and that is one of the things that we're going to do right now. I'm going to come here. This is the engine or the entryway for the cruise line. So the people come through here. So you know how when you get on an airplane and you can see the pilot, you can see the pilot's cabin? Well, that's what this is going to be like. This is actually the pilot's cabin here. And right here, we are going to have submarine cars, submarines attached to each other that are going to be like a cruise submarine, a pleasure submarine, and that's going to be there. All of this, I'm going to have to get it to stop dripping, Mubian. And let's come here. After you say one last thing, the Arctic Ocean on Earth is 20 and about 34 to 36 and has seagrass, and the coldest on Earth. Okay, that's excellent. The only reason and so I'm just going to explain to Jellybean that the only reason I don't have any I'm not growing anything down there is because there's nothing down there. When you go outside here, there's actually nothing growing in this area. It's really weird, but there's nothing growing here. And there never has been. So see, when I'm in this area, there's absolutely nothing. Nothing. There's nothing. There's no kelp. There's no grass. There's nothing. So those grass and kelps, but no kelp. Okay. The grass we brought with us. The grass is a part of the builds, the underwater base builds. There aren't any pickles. There aren't any of those kinds of things on the ground. And so that is the reason that I don't do that. So I'm not trying to change it's bad enough, for those of you who haven't seen, it's bad enough that we've melted the ice this much. This is us melting the ice. This is actually a polar bear area. We try and take care of the bears just to make sure that we're not making them homeless, and we check on them a lot and make sure that the bears actually have homes in this area. We still have a couple of bears who insist on living above the field, the pasture. And I think it's just that they smell the cows or something. But they insist on living here. And these are their caves, and they've been here the whole time. But everywhere where you see caves, we've actually made within the city, we've made them for the bears that used to be here. See what happens here? See, this is melted, but I have to check. That might be outside of the city limit. Right on the edge. Look at that. So those bears are actually on the other side. However, this bear is not. And these are the ones. Where there's salmon, there's bears, exactly. So I'm going to take a moment and just take a sip for a second. And the salmon love the heat. They actually love the buildings, and we see them a lot. But I think most of the bears, let me get rid of this for a second. A lot of the bears have moved on to wilder areas. But you can see that there are caves in the area where there used to be bears and there aren't anymore. That's us. Unfortunately, that's what we've done. And that's what happens when land people move in to places, and it's unfortunate. Holy good night, look at this. This is what happened to one of the frogs. This is why we kept hearing, and I don't have anything, Jelly Bean. I don't know how to get this frog. Can I drag him underwater? This is an escapee. I knew they found their way to the airlock. I knew one of them did. I kept hearing this sound and I'd go, that doesn't sound like it's in the park. And it's not. I don't know that, will it follow me underwater? Will it drown? Can I lead it? What can I do about it? This is where it came from. And it's like going, I want to get back in there. Look, it's over top of the park. It's over top of the frog park. Oh, poor baby. What can I do? Can I put it on a lead? Will it survive? I don't know. Anybody got any ideas other than Jelly? Anyone? I know I can lead it, but I don't know whether I can lead it down into the water and back up into that place. Let me see what happens if I come up here. Will it come with me or not? That's what I'm going to see. I'm looking to see if I can get it to walk off the edge there. Because if I can, maybe there's enough time. What's going on here for me? Why can't I move? Hold on. I'm stuck. Why am I stuck? Can I actually not get up any higher? Oh, am I stuck on the building? Hold on. I cannot move. I can't go up, and I can't. Let's let him go for a second so I can get up for a minute. Wow, that's weird. There's actually something keeping me from moving right here, and I don't know what it is. Is that what's keeping him here? Okay, break the ice right here, and let's see if I can rise up. This is freaky. Can I go down? I can go down. That. Was it you? Were you on top of me? You know something? I bet that squid was on top of me. I bet that squid was sitting on my head. You think of a magic egg of teleportation. You could disappear the froggy into the egg and reappear it in the park. Mermagic. Let me try this. I agree. Let's see if I can do this. I don't think I can, but let me see if I can pull him into the water. There we go. Let's quickly come down here, and let's see if I can get him to come down. Here he is. And there. Okay. Come on, you. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Come up. Come up. Come up. You can come up. Come up. I just need it to get to the stair part. Hold on. Hold on. There we go. Am I going to have to break it? Let's do this. Oh! He's too far away now. Let me come this way. They can breathe underwater for a little bit, can't they? Ah. If I don't do something, I'm going to have to take him up to get air. Let's take him up to get air for a minute. Okay, there we go. You okay? All right, let's try this. Let's try one more time, baby. Let's come down. Let's come down. Come on down. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come down. And there we go. And then let's come here. Straight. Grr. On the wrong side. I got him on the right side that first time. And now... Wait, did that break? Nope, he's here. There. Okay, quickly. Come up here. Yeah. Why can't they get him? Yes! Yes! Okay. Oh my gosh. Okay, now I do need some slime. Let me get a piece of slime. And let him follow me with the slime. It's much easier than trying to drag him. So let me come here. I've got slime in my hand. He sees it. Come on, guys. Come on, guys. Let him get here. There we go. Come on. Come on. There we are. Come on. There we go. Yes, yes, I know. I know. Yeah, the octopus. I think the water's too cold. I think that it makes it really difficult for them. It makes them weak. Weaker than normal. Come on, you. Everyone's going to be happy to see you. Mm-hmm. Come on. Come on. There we go. Close the door. Let's come down. There's another one on the other side. There we go. There we are. Yay. You know, I'm going to give it to you because you were so good. I'm going to give you that. You were so good. See this one right here? But they can't get out. This was before we put in the door. And I knew there was one missing. I could hear it in the weirdest place. And it was like, that just doesn't... Remember, I thought that maybe one of the dormitories that they had it as a pet. Because the dorms are right here. And when I was in the dorms... Kari? Okay, when I was in the dorms, I'll do something if they could do that. Right here, I could hear it, but it didn't sound like... See how they sound? It sounded like it was coming from here, and sure enough, it was. That is so amazing. Okay, So we were looking at the new hotel, and we've got like a million things that we're doing in all sorts of places. Let me do something here for a minute. We went to look at it because River doesn't have anything to do, and I actually would like River to do something. Do I want to keep a slime ball just in case? I think I do, actually. Let's do that. River doesn't have anything to do. Kari, how did you get up on the desk anyway? Because the desk has, you shouldn't be able to get up on the desk. Oh, you used the chair. That's what. How are you? Ah, ha, 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 ha. You're using that. I see. Yeah, I get it. I get what you're saying. Yay! Okay, so there they are. They see, ta-da! That was so cute that he hadn't left the area. It was like he was trying to figure out how to get back, and he was like going, "I just wanted an adventure. I didn't want to leave." So yeah, so I'm so glad that we were looking at things in this area so that I could see him there. And hopefully there isn't another. I think that's salmon making that sound. You hear that? Do you hear that? That is weird. It sounds like there's another frog, but I don't see them. That's funny. All right, let's go back. I don't see them. So we'll go back to, hello you guys. Let's go back over here. This is the town hall right here. And that tidal wave right there is what we will begin to work on as soon as this is completely finished. This is a level 5 now, so we should be able to get rid of the wave. But I want to wait until the other pieces are here. Can I do a second engine? This is the engine. I want to do one on the other side of this. So luckily it's not raining. Let's come up to here and let's look at Aquatica. Let's go to Aquatica, A-Q-A-T-I-C-A, and let's go back one, and there it is, and let's come here. Decorations, the sea truck. So we have a sleeper car, and this is what we want. We have a sleeper car, and I don't know what Universal is. Let me see what the Universal looks like. Right here. I'm not sure. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. I think we're going to bomb. Oh, phew. I thought for a second we were going to bomb. That's a car. That's one of the cars. Right there, and it says Universal. Let's look at the sleeper car for a second. Sea truck. The sleeper looks like this. This is really nice. See, there's a sleeper car there. I'd want to do, of course, you know me, I'd want to make it look more like, since people have to walk through, I'd want it to look like they have some kind of privacy. They can't sleep here anyway. So it's not meant for them to use. This is the player house. And there is the piece. And you can see that there's only one. Yeah, nah. I want there to be at least 2 cars. I want maybe 2 sleeper cars and a food car to be here. Or, depending on how we do the sleeper car, see, this is the part right here. We could do it like the sleepers in Fifth Element, when they had those sleeping compartments to get to, what was the name of the pleasure city, the pleasure place they were going to? What was the name of that pleasure place, Vincentius? In Fifth Element, the pleasure, Floston Paradise. That's it, Floston Paradise. So when they got on the ship to go to Floston Paradise, and that ship, kind of something like that, maybe we could do something. There's enough room on both sides. Yes, Floston Paradise. We could do something on both sides of that, and I would like that. So we have this one here, and then we don't have an other side, but that's okay. We can do something with it. And then let's look again. Decorations, recreation. No, sorry, sea truck. So there's the sleeper. This is the truck. Oh, that's the house. So let's go back. That's the, well, sea truck 1 is the truck. The smelter looks like a coal engine. And, oh, or, yeah, now this could be, we could use the smelter car for maybe like the kitchen and dining room or something like that. This is actually meant to be the coal room of this. This is one of your, not that it's one of your favorite movies. Oh my gosh, I totally agree. Totally agree. It's amazing. It absolutely is. And Luc Besson's movie Lucy. Oh God. I mean, it's difficult to watch, but it's an amazing movie. It's amazing. And I love that movie too. I just like Luc Besson's movies. And let's come here for a second. And let's look at switch. No, I did. Oh, QA. Okay, not too bad to get back to this time. C-track. And so storage looks like this. Okay, and I get that. Storage looks like that. Have I seen his City of Lost Children? No, Vincentius. Luc Besson's City of Lost Children? We'll find it. Yeah, definitely. We'll find that. Okay, and then what's the other one in the sea truck? Sleeper. Small dome is the normal small dome. So let's go to decoration, the sea truck. Large domes, storage. And they're saying small domes. Uh-oh. Okay. This is taxing to the system. Sea truck. That's it. I think that's it. And the universal. The universal one. So we would have to fake a second engine on the back. And we could probably do it with the universal to fake 2 engines. So this does not turn around. This actually, or we could say that it is a submarine and it pulls into here and then pulls back out. And that would be pretty interesting, but there's enough room for it to do that. It would just be hard because these, the pieces are separate. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It looks like we could have maybe have 5. So what do you think, Jelly? What do you think? Do you think that we could have an engine on both ends, or should this actually be able to back into this pipe like a submarine? Back into the pipe like a submarine. I was thinking like a train, that it would have an engine at this end and pull in, and then have an engine at this end that pulls out. Or we could say that this engine disconnects. So it comes in this way, it disconnects, turns around when the concrete mixer isn't there, and goes this way. When these come in, the concrete mixer is someplace else. That's my plan. For a sub, just backing it in. Since it is a submarine. What do you think, Vincentius? Jellybean is saying that we could just back it in. Maybe I'm thinking of it as a train, but this is the engine room, and the way this works is, you know how in airplanes, when you walk into the airplane, you're the captain and everything is right there? Well, that's how this is set up. So when you walk in, you're walking right past the captain's chair.
Yes.
In here. It's a submarine, and then it has all these different, modules that fit on.
Okay.
But it would still be a solid submarine, though, wouldn't it? So if they got to here, they could back in to this. They would come here. There's plenty of room here for them to turn around right here and back in. But what I was thinking that they were doing was having an engine here and an engine like a train and an engine on this side. So they're not dependent on stuff. Keep those engineers on their toes. Let me see. What do you think?
Okay.
Oh, good. Keep those engineers on their toes by having them be able to back in. If this tube goes all the way from point A to point B just for the single engine. Okay. All right.
We watched. Didn't we watch
Valerian?
and City of a Thousand Planets?
I don't think we did.
I thought we did.
City of a Thousand Planets. Did they back in? Did they back into one of these? So
Movie.
a cruiser would come here, and all those cars, and it would come right into this area right here. I might have to get rid of this glacier right here. The fortress really isn't in the way. See this? So they would come right here, set themselves up, and then they would back in to this. They would back in. You got lost in thought, so it's a single super long tube. You would have two, if it's a super long tube, I would have two engines. It's a long tube. It's the length of a submarine. And I think two engines would probably be it. If it's only a tube, one end and one on the other end, then just the single. Well, I was hoping he would, Vincentius would, because he likes planes and things like that, would he think that this is too long? But isn't this... So this is a submarine right here. Let me look at something for a minute. I want to see the Explorer submarine. Let's go to the Explorer submarine for a second and see how this is the town hall here. So we're going to go around this way. I think we can. Yeah, we can. And here is the guard tower for the exploration center. So this is the submarine. Is that tube longer than the submarine? That's interesting. So the Explorer submarine can actually go to the surface. It can actually do what Earth submarines do and go up to the surface. And you can see the places where it can do that. The submarine that's the cruise line is not a surface submarine. It does not go to the surface. Subways have an engine at both ends because it goes along a single tube the entire length of the journey. Same with the majority of passenger trains due to availability of track. Yeah. I think it's going to have two engines. I'm looking at the submarine. The submarine would actually fit in there, but these are two completely different type of vehicles, since the submarine could actually come up to the surface like a boat. But these particular sea subs are not meant to be boarded from the top, and there isn't any place for them to be on top. And so a truck hooks onto cars and then goes where it needs to drop off the cargo and picks up new cargo, etc. Exactly. So this is much more like a train. And so I want to put this on the other side. So since there isn't another one of these, we can use the universal one and put it right here. Have them build this one right near here. Now this is going to be interesting. How are they going to build it? Do they have to start with this one here and build it, and then build the next one and the next one and the next one? I'd be concerned about building it. let's put the universal here for a second. So let's come here, let's touch down, let's go to decorations, the sea truck, right here, the universal, and let's X, let's do that again. Let's come here, decorations, the sea truck, the universal, there it is. All right, and then let's turn it this way so that the door is that way. Let's bring it up and let's push it in. So now it is inside almost. Let's put it on the rail. I think that might be on the rail now. Yeah, it is. Okay, so this is on the rail right here. And we can see the lineup right there. So that door lines up on that side with that part. So I want it to look like there are 3 cars in between that and that. Just one start and one destination, or one start, several destinations, and then back again. It's a cruiser. It's a pleasure cruiser. These are not, they don't transport materials. This is actually a cruise line, a ship for people who want to travel. Instead of traveling by above the water ship, they travel by a submarine. And this is the submarine that they travel on. So it's mostly going to be he's not paying attention. Vincentius is not paying attention. But yes, so this is one of the pieces, and we can start right here and put in, let's move this piece over. Let's change this piece to a sleeper. There's a sleeper. And what I'd like to do is have the sleeper be connected here. And that looks like it's down too low. That's down too low. It is. Let's bring it up one. Okay, so the sleeper connected here, right here, and then something that looks like a dining car here, and then another sleeper on the other side of it. And do that. You're only teasing. What does oaf mean, Zaf? Hi, Zaf. So, yeah. He was probably thinking the same thing you were, Jelly Bean. So this would be it right here. And since I've got this here, this is solid. Since I've got this here, let's walk through for a minute to see that this is going to connect. And I might need to...
Zach accidentally left his computer on, and that's his dog.
Vincent just said that Zaf left his computer on, and that's his dog. Oh my gosh, you two. Okay, so we definitely... Uh-oh. Ooh. This is tough. Vince, this is actually stressing the system, believe it or not. I don't know why, but it is. Let's connect. Let's do this. So let's do this. Let's assign a builder, and we're going to assign River to build the building. And let's see how she's going to do that. She has to be able to. It's a decoration request, which means that Minecolonies developers actually made it possible for them to build this underwater because they knew this was Mubian's thing, and they did that. So let me come over here to the hotel for a second. And so what is probably going to happen is she's going to come through here and go through this door right here and this door, and then start working on it from here. How'd she build the transport? How'd she build the port? So she built the port so she can build the cars that go in it. All right. We took away the door from here. This is a retail store that's connected to this part of the hotel, and it has 2 entrances. And what we could do is make it so it closed at night if we wanted to, but I don't think we need to. Here's our problem right here. This building is meant to be means nothing's breathing sadness and despair. As sounds, it goes oof. Aw, Zaf. Oh, I'm sorry. No, I want to cheer you up now. I thought you would like the train, the sea truck. So see, from here they can see out to this. I'm going to need a pickaxe and an axe, and I could collect all this because they actually built it, and so I should actually collect the pieces that are in here, because these pieces were actually made. I didn't provide any of this. It was made by the makers, so I can put it back in the warehouse, and I think I would like to. And then see this part up here where this is supposed to be a chamber for the player. We're not going to have this. This is actually going to be a wonderful room where people can come up here and look at the city, and there'll be all sorts of cars and stuff. I mean, not cars, all sorts of tables and chairs and couches for this. And yeah, that's what we want. So this part right here where this actual table is, see that? That's an entrance. So let's start with these. I'm going to count out some things and see. This is one of those. What are these? Yay, river. Those, oh, I see what these are. Okay, those are made with domum ornamentum, these pieces right here, and this part here is a panel. Nope, it's carpet. So 1, 2, 3 blue carpet and 2 of those domum ornamentum things. So let's get 2 more carpet, 2 more carpet, a stair, SDAR. I'll have to make them. Those aren't the right ones. I have some of those. Let's come here and get it. From here, let's get one of those. And these I'll have to replace by making them. So there's 2 more of those that are needed, and we'll put those there. So this looks really pretty, but this is actually the entrance to the hotel. There might be water, so let me get a sponge ready. And let's come here But there actually isn't. Yay! This is the hotel. And this chest is full of fish. We just haven't done it yet because we couldn't get here easily. So now the people who have these apartments, rooms in the hotel, not apartments, rooms in the hotel. Look at that picture. And this is the shared bathroom for these 4. I'm okay with that. Sort of like in a hostel sort of way. But a youth hostel. And this one here, same thing. This is Mubian's design for the hotel, but there was no way for them to get here except to go through the other apartments. So that's the reason why we actually put this here, so that that would be here like this. These are acts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 pillars. I have to give them back this stuff. There are flags. I got those. Let's see with this part right here. These are panels. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 panels. Let's take the panels. 10 panels. I don't want to waste their time. And then these are slabs, if I'm not mistaken. That is correct. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Ooh, let's put that. Ooh, really? Why would that be a stair piece there? That's interesting. Let's take that away. Let's put this in. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and I have one of them, so 9 slabs. And there's that, and then 3 beds, 3 purple beds. Because they can use these in other apartments. 2, 3, and we'll figure out what we want to do about the floor in that part. There's the dome. We can actually put a dome on this part, which is going to be really nice. And this is the elevator down. This section here goes over to this upper part of the hotel. And where is the entry for the fish? I don't see where they can go in. Ah, there it is, right there. So that's where the fish go in. Let's put this here for a second. Let's put this up, this here for a minute. And this silk slab, that belongs to them. Let's come in here. We have salmon and cod. Nope. Tropical fish. 1, 2, 3, 4. So there's only meant to be 6 fish in here. And we're not putting any salmon and cod in. But we will put in 6 tropicals. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, close that. And that takes care of the fish that's supposed to be in there. So we'll put that back, and we can get rid of this now. So let's take the axe and the pickaxe down. And we'll get rid of the chest and the pieces that were still in there, they went into my stuff. So I'll have to do that. Chest. This chest is theirs, so I'm going to put that there. The fish I'll remember. And this is where we're at right now with this section. So there's an elevator that comes up. This is actually a part of the hotel lobby right there. And this is a part of the hotel right here. So we're not having any of this. So we need an enchanting table. An enchanting table, and then we need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38. 38 bookcases. They made 38 bookcases for this. That is pretty intense. And then the book slab, that looks like 1, 2, 3, 4. So we'll take the 4 book slabs and we'll take them away right now. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right. Next is this. Now I'm going to put stair in here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to bring that there. I might bring this whole piece up with some interesting kind of flooring, but for right now we're going to open this. There might be water, so let me do that. And there we have it. Dun, 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 dun. So this part is now connected to the rest of the hotel, and I actually like this. So we'll have a thing where this is the cruise line offices right here. I love this part here. It looks like where you would come and get your ticket. It's just back too far, and so I would take these and yeah, I would take these and start them here like this, so that there's enough room behind. I know I'm doing this wrong. This way. Is that enough room? That might be too much room. That is too much room. Let's put it here. There we go. And so we'll take these away right here and bring this part out right here. I'm just going to put these here. So I should be counting these, but 1, 2, 3, 4. So let's say there's probably 12 of those altogether. And what I want is the same indentation that was here, so we won't be able to have the trees right here. I'll have to figure something out in just a minute. But let's bring this over, and right here we're using this part right here. So we'll bring this over right here. Once again, there we are. And this part is here like this. And then both of these turn this way. How can I get it? There we go. Turn this way and come I just want an indentation right here. Right here. The way there was an indentation here. So take this one away. Put this here. So see, it looks like that. Except that this one isn't correct. So let me turn this one this way. So let's put that there and put that one right there. Let's see what it looks like. There we go. All right. So how did they get in here? Let's take this one right here and let's get one of these. I should actually have one, and I actually do. And we need, but it's not a trap door. I think this is just a panel. It is. But that is going to be the implication that that's how they get in, and I'll make it a trap door. This I might have to move because I want 1, 2, 3, 4 yellow. So let's do 4 yellow. Stair. And the table. The table is red panels, 1, 2, 3, and then we know what those are. Rods and rods. 3 and red. Panels and okay. All right. Because this is where they come to buy their tickets. Right here, because this is the way to the submarine right there. And yeah, in true Mubian style, the entire place is dripping, but we'll take care of that in a minute. This is beautiful because it makes it that, oh, that's not quite in. Let's do one more this way to make it even right here. So one more this way, which means this one has to be turned this way like that, and that works. Okay, and so they can come here, they can walk, they can actually walk this, and this is what I'm making sure of. And then this is going to actually be trapdoor there. Let's go ahead and do it. How much time? We have time. How long? Not long. Trap. Let's put you here. Let's put you up here. Oh, the tag tool. That's right, because I didn't tag those chairs yet in the restaurant, so I'll have to go back for that. Let's come to here. We need oxidized cut copper. Oxidized cut copper. And here we go. Let's come here and let's make a trapdoor. And we need this. And we've got that. Bump, 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 bump. And I'm going to use that for right here. Trapdoor for that. And we're good to go. Okay. This goes away. This goes away. These I put back. This isn't here. This is a trap. This is a panel, and this actually goes in my bag, and this goes back up here. Let's bring these two down for a second to see what else. What we can do is in this window here, we might have some kind of hanging something, or from here maybe we could hang something, plant or something, and that would work. We can put a dome on this part And we can also, I think that puts a dome across the entire thing. It does. But it can't because there's an upstairs here. So we can put a dome here, and then we can put a dome on the other upstairs. Okay, that works. I'm good with that. I don't want to get rid of this because I want people to be able to sit. And I think I need that in order for them to be able to do that. So we have this, I like this Mubian. So we have that. I don't think we're going to have these. So let me get 2 large jars. I don't know how he got those to work because you can't get them to work anymore. Jars, large, 2. And then pots, 2, and those are azaleas. Azaleas. So we've got 2 of these as well. We'll take these away. And because I want people to be able to look at the ship. Look at the ship. She's putting it together. Look at that. She's already built an amount there. Is anything going on? I don't see anything except all citizens are tucked in. And cool. So yeah, so she is already working on this. Oh, and look at that. She opened it up already. So she is definitely working on this from the inside. Not from the outside because it's open. And that is pretty wild. Okay, and we've got this opening here. So all of these racks that are in front of these, we're going to take them away. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So invisible racks right here. So 12 racks all together. 12 racks there. And we'll do the 12 so far. So racks. So we have 12 so far. We don't need them. I'm not using this as a player house. And here, I might put something else here, but I definitely don't need racks in front of the windows. 1, 2, 3, I just have to be careful. 2, and didn't I just say I had to be careful? Oh my gosh. 2, and so we know there's 12, another 12 right there. This is a nice player house. If that is what you're after, it's actually pretty cool. Oh, the water washed the rug away. Oh, that was actually good because I'm getting those. I don't have to write those down. So the question is, hi River, do I want this to come down? And the answer is, I don't think so. I could put this in, the mangrove in that area too. That would actually be kind of fun, putting it in. There's 2 different kinds here. So it's a combination of lined mangrove and unlined mangrove. And I like that. And just fill in. Yeah, it's one of these, so we could just fill in the whole thing. Now we talked about at one point bringing this all the way over, and let me look for a second. So that would be one here and here, here, and then here and here, and then let's put in, whoop. I have to make sure that we're putting it in so that it doesn't do that. Let's take this piece. There we go. And so we're extending both of those in that direction, and then let's extend it this way also. So this one, this one, this one. Oops, wrong one. Let's put this one in, and this one here. Quickly before someone walks here. Let's put that one in, that one. This one, this one, this one, and the last one of these right there. So that will lead to this section, and then on this side have this do the same to this area here. So it's not going to do the whole thing, it's just going to do an outline. So it's going to have these corner areas like that. We're just putting it in here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24 light blue carpet. 24 light blue carpet. Okay, and there we go. All right, let's do it. So we're not going to have this. We might as well rescue that piece. This isn't going to show underneath of the wood. So we can do the framed sea lantern, concrete framed. Sea lanterns, so we'll take that out. Wait, let's put in this for a second. I have to be careful. Do we have another one hidden somewhere? Because we're going to take all of this away here. Here, there's the other ones. So see what we're doing. And that'll give us the outline that we have in the other area. It'll give us that outline here. And I like it. So how many are these? One. I already have one down. So I need 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we'll do 8 sea lanterns. They made 8 sea lanterns. I haven't even gotten to those windows yet. 8 sea lanterns. Framed sea lanterns. I see that. Okie dokie. And we still have a whole nother set of those. But for right now, let's put this in. This is only going to go this length right here. So we're really going to have that part be here, which is this, I think. Yeah. Yeah. I can't do it here because it'll show, won't it? Yes, it will on that side, but we can do it on this side. We can bring it up to here. What's here? That's there. So let's do this one and begin. So there we go. And here. And here. Let's bring that part out. I need one there. And I need 2 here. Uh-oh. Ooh. Ooh, that's scary. We have that. this, and then this over on this side. And we've got each of these right here. So mangrove, we will have to get them to grow, to import. We don't grow mangroves. They're imported. It's imported wood. And yeah, from other cities. And we pay for things from other cities by selling stuff that we have. For instance, we sell food that we have an abundance of, and we also sell materials like stone to places that don't have what we have, and we put that in, and there it is. So there's what it looks like without the pieces in. So we're not going to have too much trouble putting these in now, because all we're doing is filling in the gaps. And we want, wait, which way are they going? Oh, they're going all different ways. Ooh. I think that's ending up doing that. Okay. I think it's ending up doing it automatically. So I'm not going to worry about it. Boink. I do have to worry about that. And we want these and all of these to go in. And so this is the floor that we're going to have in here, rather than have it go down the way Mubian had it going down. We're not having it go down in this part. It doesn't go down over here. We're not having it go down on that side, and that's what it looks like. That's cool looking. That is definitely cool looking. Let's add this piece and this piece right here, and this piece and that piece, and it goes from there to there. This one is here, here, and here. Dun, 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 dun. All right. So now she is serving people food along this part right here. We wanted to see if she could reach this, and she can. She can reach this part. So, but this is kind of narrow. It means that they'd be jumping up on this, and so that's why we don't have any seats in this area. What we put here, I haven't decided yet on this part. And then of course this is the hotel. So if she's doing that and there's nothing there, you can imagine what she would be doing if there was something actually there. Let's come here for a second, and I've got this, I've got this, these two we made. I have this chest and one of these. We're just going to begin to put some of this in here so it can be picked up. Let's go to here. We got a whole bunch of these, 39, and anything else. I don't think anything else. Oh, sign, okay. And the banners. And I wasn't supposed to keep that. And these, the cod and the salmon, we're going to return to the ocean. So they're going to stay there. The torches are, and the rest of the banners belong to us. Okay, let's put these in. And that takes care of that. You saw that we have banners. We took the banners off. There's banners there. Were there banners here? There were not. unless they were here. I don't want to put banners there right just yet. I want to see something. There are banners here, and these are flags. So we're going to exchange the flags for banners, and we're going to use the official underwater base banner in Aquatica. So we're putting this banner here and this banner there and there. Let me get something to drink for just a second. So all this is going on. I'm doing all this while the builders are building in other areas. I have too many of these. Why do I have so many? I only need 2. Let's give these back. But it'll be clear which ways and what areas. When River's done with the submarine, we'll have her do the clothing store, and that should be really nice. Let's go to the stash for a minute. We're going to put these 10 back in here. We're still building stuff, so we're going to need those. And it's quiet because it's just before midnight and everyone's going to bed. Let's come down here to the new housing and see. I know, Zaf, I'm sorry. I haven't gone on an adventure in a while. I definitely haven't. So down here is the housing that this looks good. Let me see. This is A. Is he finished? Dun 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 dun! This is a level 3. Yay! Let me see if he's working on anything yet. No. So Lionel is going to build the level 3s of these apartments, and then he'll begin with the level 4s, but we'll have him work on these apartments next. These are, and then he'll begin to not do them all, because one apartment is a level 3, one's a level 4, and 2 of them are level 5s. That's how I like to put them in, and that is what we are doing with this. So all of them are going to be level 3s. And then we'll have to bring the apartment building up to make one of the level 4s. And then we'll have to bring the to make 2 of them, 3 of them level 4s. And then we'll have to bring the apartment up to level 5 to make 2 of them level 5s. And that's how, this is how we do it. So yeah, that's what we're going to do. Let's come here. And we're going up to the main walkway, which is right here. And it's still quiet because it's still, let me put these away for a second. Let's put this away and this. Let's bring this stuff down from here. I think these are mine. These are. Let's put the panels back. I brought all 4 panels down. I don't usually. Yes, I do. Sometimes. Okay, and then this back. This is from my stuff. My storage, or my bag, or the things that I have at my disposal. The graveyard is the second pyramid, is a graveyard, and housing right here where the haunted ship was. And this morning an interesting thing came. when I was looking at this area, I'm going to have to do something. Vincentius, I must be up against the mark or something, memory-wise. I'm beginning to have lag.
Interesting.
Yeah. So
Before you play next, we'll
bump the memory up. Okay. When we were here this morning looking at the outside of the city on Twitch, we became acutely aware of the fact that we did not remove ground from underneath this ship. This ship was always like this. Nothing changed right here where the ship is. We didn't touch it. It was like this. And since it was like this, the speculation by historians is that this was actually some kind of submarine, some kind of weird prehistoric submarine. Because why is it here? Why didn't it float up to the surface? It's not just below the ice. Possibly a glacier might have left it, but why isn't it on the ground? Why didn't it go all the way down to the ground? Isn't that an interesting mystery? So yeah, so there's some idea that this was possibly the first kind of submarine, and that whatever was over top of the deck got ripped off, probably by glaciers passing over. This is a glacier right here, and it was all the way down to where this glacier is. This is a piece of this large glacier right here. There wasn't a glacier here. This is the next glacier over in this area, and it was just sitting there like that. So yeah, is that the pirate ship? Yeah. In the same way, the difference, and that's what I was saying this morning on Twitch, that this pirate ship, when the tsunami happened, was driven through this glacier, and which is kind of really curious because it didn't do as much damage as you think it should have done, unless, yeah, I don't know how to explain that. But that happened after the tsunami that produced the black ice and changed the landscape forever, the land. That actually happened at the same time. There was a pirate ship there, and it was a skeleton pirate ship, and it was a merchant or an exploration ship. It was not a battleship. This is actually a battleship. This is a completely different ship than the one that was there. And so, yeah. So that's the history outside. And there is the actual pyramid that was a ruin. And this pyramid has been reconstructed. Last. That is absolutely it. I've reached the limit, Vincentius. I've reached the limit. I have of my memory. I'm lagging, but Vincentius is saying that before I go in next time, that I'll actually do that. And you know why he's saying that? Because this is it. That, people, was 3 hours and 4 minutes so far. And Zaf, I'm sorry that I wasn't able to cheer you up a little bit more. I'm sorry about that. Today is Saturday, and I'm hoping that Zaf is getting some rest. Notice them going down. The druids are going down to the new housing. And Jelly Bean, thank you for being here. Thank you very much, both of you, for being in chat. And this was fun. Yeah, look at that. See, the person lagged. So I am definitely going to go for now until we do this and until we change the memories. So thank you, everyone. Enjoy your games. Enjoy watching all the other gamers. We're listening to Drone Hands music, and Drone Hands is on YouTube and he's also on Twitch. He does drone crafts too, crafts. So yeah, everyone have a wonderful weekend. Happy Mother's Day to mothers out there. Tomorrow is Mother's Day in the United States. And so for those of you who are celebrating, and for those of you like me, whose mothers are gone, it will kind of be a little bit of a sad day, but we'll celebrate the mothers who are still here. And if you have, there's all sorts of things surrounding Mother's Day, but I hope that there's something nice for everyone who's watching for this particular Mother's Day. It is May 11th, the day before 2025. Okay, and here we go. You want to see me? Okay, there I am. Why am I doing that? Bye for now, everyone. Bye for now. We're going to listen to Vincentius Primus, Excitable Me. Here we go. Bye.